All right, so we got 2 votes for Hillary, 1 for Jill Stein, and 1 for Reverend Pinckney Butts. All right.
Hillary's gonna win, though. I know.
Wait a minute. You don't get 2 votes. You only get 1.
I'm saying.
No. Wait. No. I gave you the opportunity. You said Jill Stein. That was your pick.
That's who I'm voting for. I know.
No. Listen. Wait a minute, brother. Don't change the rule. We were giving our prediction. Now, you want to change your prediction?
I never changed it. You said
one for Jill Stein.
Trump is gonna win Ohio.
Wait a minute.
But you voted for Hillary.
Wait a minute, bro.
You said Trump is gonna win Ohio, but you voted for Hillary.
Bro.
I'm saying I'm voting for Stein, but Hillary's gonna win. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So you're changing your prediction. You're saying
no. When I said Stein, that was
wait a minute, brother Porter. Brother Porter. He's confusing this game. Brother Porter, is your prediction remain the same?
It's remaining the same.
All right, so there's 1 for Reverend
Pamela Pinckney M. Butts.
All right, I'm predicting that Hillary is going to be the next president, first woman president. And Kiki, Hillary, last chance.
I'm voting for Stein. Hillary's going to win.
All right, we'll accept that. All right, look like we got 3 predictions for Hillary, all right? Mm-hmm. But now we got to remember one thing.
Okay.
Donald Trump, as much as we felt, many of us felt that he'd have been out the race a long time ago.
Right.
That man has staying power.
Yes, he does.
And no one can deny that. That man has staying power, and he's been around and look like he's going to stay around. So it's going to be very interesting. Go ahead.
Why do you think Hillary's going to win Ohio?
I didn't say. I said.
Trump. Why do you think Trump's going to win Ohio? I'm sorry.
Because I just got that feeling. You remember, Trump. If it hadn't been for Kasich, Trump would have won Ohio.
That's true.
In the Ohio primary, Republican primary. So I think Trump is real strong in Ohio. I just think that people love Trump in Ohio. That's all.
But Trump didn't do a concert with Jay-Z or nothing. Like, why would they? Do you?
Well, listen.
Why do you think he's gonna win?
Listen.
LeBron James isn't like. I mean, who's more Ohio than LeBron James?
Wait. Here's what you're not getting. Those concerts are held in mainly urban areas to get the urban vote out. Mm-hmm. Which is good. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they'll come out in great masses. But man, you got those rural areas that don't care nothing about Jay-Z, Beyonce. Who else you got? Who else you say? I'm just saying.
She went to the soul food.
All right, I'm just trying to make something clear to you that the whole state of Ohio, many of those rural areas don't care nothing about those people. You understand? Matter of fact, that make them come out and vote more for Trump. But I understand your point too.
You're talking about like Springfield.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kettering.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're getting where I'm coming from. Thank you, sir.
Mahoning.
Thank you, sir.
Chillicothe.
All right. Okay. All right. All red.
I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be real close between them two in Ohio.
Who?
Hillary and Trump.
Oh, I do too. I do too. I agree with you 100%. In East Cleveland, listen, the people in East Cleveland got good land, great land. Man, we're in the prime location. But you know what? Mm-hmm. What's happening right now is a great case of what happens in our community. In our great city, they want to let that land go all the way down to the ground. They want to make it an eyesore so the man can come in there and get it for pennies.
Ooh.
Make you think you gotta leave, make you think it can't get no worse, and then they're gonna come in there and reclaim that great East Cleveland land. And you know what? It's already happening. The suburbanites are coming in fast.
Right.
And don't think seniors that's there already that you're going to be able to keep your land, because that's what regentrification is all about. It's about the land. So as those suburbanites come into East Cleveland and the property tax go up, you're going to lose your house.
Right.
You're going to have to move. You got a chance to not let that happen, because I know the big election is coming up this Tuesday
Right.
with all the judges and the issues and all that.
Ooh-wee.
But right after that, there's a special election in which you get a chance to recall Mayor Gary Norton. You get a chance to recall Mayor Gary Norton
Ooh-wee.
and Thomas Wheeler. Thomas Wheeler, president of council. All right, don't miss that opportunity. Put it on your calendar. And it's strange that today we have to run from our nationality in the same area. You know, it's really strange. You know, but
You know,
wait a minute. But you sure you're not one of those guys that how old are you?
me?
Yeah.
I'm 54.
No, you're a little bit too young. That probably was your uncle
I
now.
wasn't young back then, but,
That- that-
fascinating history out, you know. You just get to see how people treated each other back then. That was bad.
Right, and you're right. That led right on up and was a part of the Huff riot.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Glenville riot?
Yeah, I'm writing a book on the Glenville and the Huff, and I don't think they're riots, you know.
Well, that's what they call them. But let me tell you something about that. When you talk about living history, funny you bring that up. Listen, I'm going to give you one story about, I'm going to give you a couple quick stories about the Glenville riot, okay?
Nice, yeah.
I had a barbershop, it wasn't called Superfly at that time, called New York Barbershop, right down 105 in Superior, right next to the bank, all right?
Okay.
And we were sitting there one day cutting hair. We didn't have a TV. We had the jukebox on. We didn't have a radio. And because we like to play the jukebox and music, and all of a sudden we saw 1 police, 2 police cars, 8 police cars, 20 police cars, 50 police cars.
Yeah.
By that time, we said, wow, something's going on down there. And pretty soon we saw armored cars and truckloads of police going down there. That's when we found out that they were having alleged a rioting down on Arbondale and 123rd, all right?
Right.
Okay, now I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but I will tell you this. The next day, the National Guard came into the barbershop and said, we're taking over this barbershop. This is going to be our command post.
Oh, really?
And
No
so,
kidding.
yeah, and so they took over the barbershop. We won't buy no haircut or nothing that day. They took over the barbershop, and the National Guard used the barbershop as their command post.
No kidding. That's interesting.
Yes, it is. Now, the last story I'm going to tell you about this is the night of the riot, of the so-called rioting. You said it wasn't rioting, but the night that it happened, during the riots, when we saw all the hundreds and hundreds of people coming down from 123rd down to 105, looting as they went, all right? I watched this for a long time, then I became a part of the looters.
Right.
Here's where the story ends at. So we're in this great big clothing store.
Right.
And we see all these great TVs and stuff. Man, we want them, okay? Then all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, in the darkness, we heard somebody say, burn it down. We looked all around, brother, and they said it again. They said, burn it down. We said, who said that? Again, they said, burn it. We said, no, don't burn it down. We're trying to get these TVs. And we want this stuff. Man, we had a gold mine of stuff. And guess what happened next? All of a sudden, there was a spark. There was a fire. And we all had to get out there for our lives. So the moral of this story, brother, is that
Wow.
black people didn't set all them fires, okay? Because this,
Okay, yeah, no, not all of them. That's
right,
right.
because this fire here, we know we didn't set it. Somebody else set it. The Art McCoy University Radio Show.
Insurance when you burn it down.
Oh, my goodness. We'll talk to you, brother. Behind the toxic dump in East Cleveland, right there on Noble Road, the Noble Road toxic dump where we had the march, and many of you all had the opportunity to go in and meet this 108-year-old lady named Miss LaBon. She's still living there. The toxic dump is still there. But I'll tell you something right now. I vow right there now on this radio station, under God, with the help of God, that we're going to get rid of that toxic dump. In the name of Miss LaBon. There's nowhere in the world we're going to allow a toxic dump to be dumped right in the backyards of our citizens, to be dumped right in the backyard of our seniors, to be dumped right in the backyard of our children, and we're not going to do anything about it. I vowed to Miss LeBon that that's going to happen, and it's going to happen. We're going to get rid of that dump. You know, the amazing thing about me, 216-578-1490, I'll get right back to the phone line, but the amazing thing about this is how lackadaisical black people are. There's a great big church right across the street with a daycare. They have to look at this dump every day. Their children have to be affected by this dump every day. Their parishioners have to be affected by this dump every day. As the man preach, amen, hallelujah, they got to look right across the street and see this great big dump as they leave church and enter church. The Helen F. Brown Senior Citizen Home is right across the street. On the other side, these seniors have to look out their high-rise windows and see this dump every day. The businesses in this area have to look out their windows and see this dump every day. The people that live in East Cleveland have to drive by and see this dump every day. And it behooves me to understand how a pastor and his church and his first lady can have this big, beautiful church right across the street from this dump, but have not rallied to get rid of this dump. It amazes me how they can have a daycare center right across the street from the dump and know their children could die from the poison and the pollution that is a 1/2 a centimeter away from them. But they do nothing. Listen, I'll tell you right now, I vow to this day that when it comes to the health and welfare of my people, that I'm not going to rest. And particularly when it comes to the health of our people, this dump is poisoning our air, our water, our land, and it's poisoning and killing us. Or we ain't falling dead today, but we're going to fall dead tomorrow. And to think that we would allow politicians, we would think that we would allow a company like Arco to come in our neighborhood and dump this toxic dump right in the middle of our neighborhood. Oh no, they're not going to get away with it. As God is my witness, that dump is going to go. That toxic dump is going to go in the name of Miss LeBron. You know, we hear about politicians. Listen, you know what? I don't care who's at fault or whatever. But if I'm a politician, if I'm a council person, if I'm a mayor or whoever, and I live in East Cleveland, I don't have no excuses on why I can't get rid of that dump. If I'm the church that's right across the street and I'm the pastor and I have all these great members, there's no way in the world I'm not going to find a way to get rid of that dump. If I have children, which I do, that lived in the city of East Cleveland, not too far from that dump, there's no way in the heck that I'm going to sit by and let my health be destroyed because some petty person put wealth over our health and get away with it. Who's on the phone line? Don't let me get upset over it.
Well, if they think it doesn't affect them, they're sadly mistaken. Because if you get any kind of downwind or any kind of wind, it can go all the way to Pennsylvania. That affects them, the toxic waste dump. So it is affecting any one of them suburbs, Cleveland Heights, Shaker Heights, Beechwood, or whatever. You get a good downwind, it's gonna cover the neighborhood.
Yes, it is, ma'am. I agree with you 100%.
And another thing I want to make mention of, I'm glad that my people coming out in the city of Cleveland and voting, because that Soul City poll, or that line down there that's been down at the Board of Election for the last week or so, has been almost to Pennsylvania. So I hope they keep it up, you know, and it's going to be some great weather on Tuesday, so we don't have any excuse. Even if we was knee-deep in snow, there's no reason to come out and join that road to freedom, because what affects all of us indirectly affects all of us directly.
There's no doubt about it. And if you don't vote, you don't count, do you, honey?
You don't count. You don't count. So you have nothing, and we don't have any reason. We stand the most to gain. And if we don't get out and vote, then hey, it's our fault. Then keep your mouth shut. And good afternoon. And Good job, Art.
Thank you so much. Sam, keep your melanated media news, keep your mouth shut. If you don't vote, then keep your mouth shut, okay? Who's on the line? Talk to me.
Well, I couldn't do it. But
Yeah.
now I'm out. You could, and it's the same thing. So what's going on with this dump? Because, I feel that stuff is in the air, and, it could be, we could be getting infected with some kind of carcinogens and cancers and all kind of stuff. So what's being done about this dump?
Ma'am, we're working on it. It's going to take grassroots people like us to work on it. But listen, ma'am, I'll tell you right now, when we finish and get rid of this dump, what they're going to find out is that there's been a great conspiracy here between the owners of that dump and politicians and others, and it's all going to come down on their head just like it did in Flint, Michigan. They're worried about it now. They're trying to cover up. But they can't cover it up because you can't cover up that big dump. And so
Exactly.
and so that's why everybody's trying to hide and run and not say nothing, but we're not going to let it rest. We're going to get rid of it, ma'am. So that's all I can tell you right now is keep working with us, and the truth is going to come out, and we'll get rid of it, okay?
Okay, well, let us know when the next meeting is, because I come to the meeting because I think it's a goddamn shame.
All right, ma'am, would you stay on the line? We're going to take your number so we can make sure that we'll let you know, all right, so you can organize some people also, okay?
All right, huh?
All right, thank you very much.
How's everything?
I'm doing fine,
Excellent.
Hampton. It's always good to talk to you, 360 Info. It's always good to talk to you, brother, no doubt about it.
Yes. I'm just coming out of a meeting, so I don't know all the topics that you've been talking about today.
It's open line, brother. You can
Right.
talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, good. Yes, as you grow older in this life, and we all, just things that we've been talking about for a long time just continue to disturb you. But, it's come a point in time where we in the African-American community are going to have to start doing more about some of those things that we know are problems. And our communities is infested with, a lot of people that's come in our community and set up shop and set up businesses in our area and take our money. And we willfully support these particular businesses, but we don't necessarily have to keep getting disrespected with our support. We need to put our money where folks who would support us and respect us, So I just had an incident with the Arab American store owner, and and I call you, Art, and call your show to let folks know that we may be drumming up some type of protest or boycott of these stores, and to the point to where.
Let's go.
Yeah, because I seen them disrespecting, a homeless person, and it just got, took me, to a place that, this is, you taking my money, and this, this guy halfway mental and standing out there begging. He wasn't even in front of the store, and some of the young Arabs in that store threw up the middle finger at him, and and I went in and talked to the store owner. And by talking to the store owner, I didn't get a whole lot more. I just went in there pleasantly to say, look, don't do that. I'm sitting at the next store looking at that, and where that looked, that just didn't look right.
Absolutely.
And then he went off talking about he's been there 30 years, and then he went on to say, and this was the sealer. He went on to say, I know all these MFs around here, and I said, MFs?
Yes.
Are you kidding? I said, they're people. They're human beings, man. When I've been here, I help all them. I say, yeah, we've been helping you, supporting you, too, for 30 years.
That's right.
And we don't deserve to be treated and talked to like that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put the business out on blast. I talked to some of my brothers. We're thinking about manning up a charge, and we're going to see if we get some other support on here. And I'm going to call. Can I call the business, Brother Art, now?
Yes, you can call it out.
I'll call it out. It's Omar Seafood on St. Clair. Omar Seafood. And by talking, and here's the ironic part, Brother Art, just by mentioning it to a few people, these people I just happened to mention to have had similar problems with this guy. Just arbitrarily, just happened to be talking. And they brought up stories where the business that the car wash that's right next to it, Mr. C's, you know, he won't even go in there because he don't seen them disrespecting some of the people. The people in Jonelle this right now, they can't stand him the way he talked to people, this, that, and other. So these folk ain't going to continue to take our money and keep talking to us the way that they talk. You know, and like one of my brothers said tonight in meeting, you know, hey, we take a stand and things don't happen no more. They're grapevine to get out there and say, okay, they need to tighten up their acts on how they dealing with us as black folk, because they doing it because there's nothing being done.
True.
And Hamtonio, there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking a stand, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So so just keep your ears out. We're going to be doing something. I'm going to mention it on my show. The brothers are starting to rally now and say, look, this is enough. It's enough, and you're not going to, you know, just like we talking politically, you're not, you know, not going to take my vote and not do anything and take me for granted. This is the same thing. You're not going to take my money and support where we support you and your family, and you're taking the money out and you're not doing anything to help the healing process in the area from which your business exists, because you couldn't do that nowhere else. I couldn't set up in Chinatown and not support anything that's going on with the people in that area. So how are we letting them
What's
do?
going on?
All right, how you doing?
All right, Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. I'm just calling to you know, I let you know I listen to your show all the time. Every Sunday whenever I can catch it.
All right, and brother, what we want you to
the way we're going to make change with the Cleveland Division of Police is by the people in the police department actually wanting to make change. And you know, I'm pretty involved in the consent decree, you know, as a civilian, and I'd say Lieutenant Hampton, he's the first guy who stepped forward, you know, to indicate that he understands and that he wants to be a part of that change. And I think going from 0 publicly to 1, I think that's the biggest step. That's the most difficult step. And now it's up to the people who care, everybody in your radio station right now. You know, it's up to us to work with the lieutenant and really make things happen. Where's all the white people outrage about this white-on-white crime? And why aren't the white people calling this guy out? And I am a white person. Why aren't they calling him out and criticizing his community, you know, for allowing this to happen?
Very, very interesting point, white guy. You know, listen, there's no more I can add to it because you said it all as a white guy. All right.
All right. Great talking with you guys.
All right. Thank you for that white perspective. No doubt about it. And we appreciate it.
Station there, but I have to agree with him 1,000%. I've witnessed the same type of ill treatment of our people from a lot of these merchants in our neighborhood. Okay, I've seen them disrespect women. Mm-hmm. I've seen them disrespect children. I've seen them cheat old ladies out of their change. Okay, I've seen them physically rub up on people as if they're getting through the alleyway, and we're the only one that allow this stuff to happen. I called a guy out twice, the older guy, twice as a matter of fact, and I know the stores also where the lady got cheated out of her change from pumping gas. And the gas station so happened to be in East Cleveland, okay? We need to put these merchants on blast because we're the only one that let anyone come into our community and do what they choose to do, choose what they want to do, disrespect our women, our children, our elders. It has to stop. And I'm 1,000% behind the caller that called earlier. Have a good evening.
All right. Thank you very much. We're gonna keep the movement going in our neighborhood. We might as well talk about the fact that, man, it is really getting nasty in the streets of Cleveland. It's really getting nasty in our neighborhoods, and we really need to focus in on that. That's why when I hear all this publicity about voting for issue 32, man, I wouldn't vote for issue 32 if it was the last issue on the ballot, because the reason I wouldn't vote for it is because, man, they gotta do more for the inner city. They gotta do more for us. They gotta do more about this crime. They gotta do more about the inner city, the blight and what's going on in the inner city. And that's why we're having this march coming up very soon. We're having this march coming up very soon. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make a major announcement about that coming up real soon.